Hey guys! In today's video, I'd like to share with you some of my favorite thrifted finds. Alright, so this first item is this ceramic piece that I've been using as sort of propagation tool. So I love to grow stuff in it that grows well in water. I love that it's white and ceramic and it's got 3 little sections in it, and it was like 50 cents or something at a thrift store. Very cute and very sleek and minimal and really fits that modern aesthetic, I think. This next item is quite heavy. It's a real marble tabletop, I guess. I use it as like a tray. The only thing I had to do was add little felt feet to it so it doesn't damage my table or dresser or wherever I'm putting it. But it's a beautiful piece that I just found at a thrift store. Very inexpensive. There's like a little bit of staining on it, but overall it was in great shape. And I paid way less for it than it was actually worth, I'm sure. So this is fun. That's one of those timeless pieces with that marble finish that I'm gonna probably keep around for forever. Okay, so a couple years back, I picked up these. They're a set of 2, and they're just a black frame. I don't remember what the original artwork was. I printed out some geometric prints that I thought looked really cool. What's really nice is that it comes with this giant mat that takes up a lot of the space, so you still have a huge piece, but then the artwork inside can be a more reasonable size, so more affordable. They were a little bit damaged, and so I was able to just fill in those little cracks and paint over with black paint, and can't really tell. So these are beautiful, and they're just 20 inches by 28, I believe. So they're large scaled art that can really fill up a space and take up a big wall. Again, kind of classic modern look. It doesn't look like you got it from a thrift store. So this is my most recent favorite purchase from the thrift store. It's kind of like a woven jug, I guess, with braiding and detail. I love all the natural fibers of it and the fact that it's old, but in a way that doesn't look dated or out of style. It's kind of something that's come back into style. I've dusted it a little bit, but not much. I could really get in there and polish it up and make it look better. This is something you could easily paint to fit your aesthetic a little better and still keep that natural texture to it. My plan with this is to put like dried or faux greenery in it that's scalable for this type of a piece, but you can also just use a narrow flower vase, something like a hurricane vase, something narrow enough to fit through here, and put real fresh flowers in it too if you wanted, or just leave it as is. It looks really pretty. Something else that I've thrifted that I've really loved is this 4-foot wide mirror. It's circular and beautiful. The edges were kind of rough. The lady I bought it from, I think she charged me like $10–15 for it, which is a screaming deal for this size of a mirror. But what I did to kind of hide that and finish off the edges was I just got a couple of hula hoops, I think from a thrift store too, and attached them into each other and kind of cut it down to the perfect size, spray painted it a matte black, and kind of hot glued it into place. And now it looks like a very expensive piece when it really only cost me under 20 bucks. I think this is also another great example of how you can get something thrifted and make it look not thrifted. This piece is probably the one that I've had the longest. It's this beautiful, large scale, gold gilded mirror that we got in Portland at an estate sale. And it's something that you could always paint, and I've actually considered that a couple times, but my husband won't let me. But you can paint the frame like white or black to kind of fit with a more streamlined aesthetic. But I think it's beautiful the way it is too. We've styled it in dining rooms, in front rooms. It ended up in our family living space in our last home. So I think that kind of piece is a great idea to keep your eyes open for when you're thrifting. I also got this picture frame a long time ago, and it's a very similar style where it's very ornate and detailed and gold. And if you can't tell, I love large scale art because it takes up a big area of the wall without looking cluttered, because there's all these little things, you know, so like gallery walls aren't typically my style. And we've used it for family portraits. I order off Shutterfly, a large scale print, and again kind of cut it down to fit this unique sized picture frame. Okay, woven baskets are super cool and trendy, but they're really expensive. And so I've found a number of them over the years from thrifting. A lot of them can be really gross or kind of torn apart and damaged, and so it takes some time to pick through and find good ones. But this one I wanted to show you here. I love that it has a lid, conceals whatever I put inside it. I used it for toilet paper for a while, not the cutest thing to look at, but on a shelf in the bathroom it looked beautiful and was great for storage. Right now I'm using it for my kids' blocks. It looks cute, it's very functional, and we've still been able to keep it in really good shape. Again, this is something you could also paint to change the look of, or even stain with like a watered down wood stain. But I think the natural textures and fibers of those are beautiful and timeless, and so that's something to definitely look out for. All right, this last piece I got a few years ago. It's a version of one of those ghost chairs. The ones that I've always seen are clear, and this is like has a gray cast over it. You can still see through it, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like a tinted version of it. I love the shape of it and how sturdy it is. It's like a type of plastic, I'm pretty sure, like a acrylic or something maybe, I'm not sure. But it's held up really well. I've been able to clean it easily. It's a great piece of furniture to add to a space to create like some interest in a style without visually taking up space. You can find things at thrift stores that are still on trend or just look good or in style. I definitely suggest picking things that you like, but it's neat when you can find things that are not like specific to a time period or theme and are more modern. And I think all of these pieces really can blend seamlessly into a lot of different homes and styles. No one would ever suspect, I think, that they were thrifted. As we've moved to different homes and things, they've stuck with me. And sort of an honorable mention I wanted to share with you guys is this large fake plant. I think those are a great thing to look for when you're at the thrift store, especially when you need something large to take up a good amount of space. Those can be really pricey. You can get them for really cheap at a thrift store. The base of this one in particular is kind of gross and ugly, and so what I usually do is place a basket over it, or place it inside of a basket, I guess, and that kind of conceals the not so cute base. And I love that faux plants are a great way to fill up a space that doesn't get a lot of natural light, and then I reserve my real plants for better light situations. Overall, I think thrifting is an awesome idea. It's cost effective, it's great for the environment. Pretty much everything you find is going to be fairly unique. It's not something everyone else is going to have. And I also love that it's great for a lot of different design styles. You don't have to be eclectic and vintage in order to shop that way. As you can tell by the examples from this video, that you can have a more Scandinavian or modern, minimalist, lots of different things, and still find really cool stuff that will fit your aesthetic. So thanks again for watching this video, and hope you guys have a good day. Bye. Buddy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Careful, buddy.